This conversation was actually a bit weird. We were just talking about all of all of the projects that we have ongoing, whether it's work, whether it's side hustle, volunteer projects, and all of that. And somehow it just spiraled into something very deep and very personal. I'd like to think that somehow everything that we do in life is connected, and it all stems from what we think our purpose is. So let's dive in and see how that conversation panned out. Where were we? I was saying you were a main character in my life.
Thank you. No, you were saying you have to change your link tree kasi it's going to be ano na.
No, it's so diverse. It's gonna be so different. There's the podcast, there's the other project that we're working on, and then there's all these serious stuff. And then pagdating sa dulo, my Telegram channel, my Just for Fans.
Multidimensional kasi nga.
True, it's giving
It's not a flat character.
It's giving multiple layers.
Yes.
Ironically, most of the time I don't have any layers on. Pero kasi nga, well, sabi nga sa'yo, kaya nga ako nag-start ng kalat nun. Well, for one thing, it was a coping mechanism. It really was. It was to cope with my own insecurities about my body. It was like, kaya I never, I never really asked for it to be blocked by a paywall and all of that, even though friends kept telling me, sayang. Initially, of course, I wasn't really doing it for that. But last year, or no, this year lang pala.
Yeah, this year lang yun.
This year lang.
Although, you said naman before pa you were posting it for free yun.
Yeah, I was. But like, this year kasi, parang sobrang daming nangyari kasi. Talaga. Losing one job after the other. And then, expenses piling up. Alam mo na may expenses, di naman naghihintay ng magkatrabaho ka. Diba?
Yeah.
Then it's not gonna wait for you to you can't tell the bank you can't tell your mortgage na, wait lang, di pa ako nakahanap ng trabaho.
Yeah, I'm in
Baka,
between
diba?
jobs. Can we stop the payments first?
Correct. Can we pause? Can we pause my membership to the gym?
But I'm still gonna go.
I'm still gonna live in the house. But yeah, it's, that it's one thing after another. It started talaga with it started last year, October, na with, 3 years with that job and just let go because streamlining lahat sila sa US. Then suddenly dito sa isa, another thing, suddenly let go because of organizational changes. Ang ina talaga nun, on the day, tapos naka half day na ako. Diyos mio, as in, I was logged in already for a few hours. It was the middle of my work day. And then suddenly getting called in a meeting. Oh, today's your last day. I'm like, wow. And this was, mind you, I was also more than 3 years na nandito sa trabaho ko. It was like, wow, 3 years, huh?
Just like
and
that.
This is it. Okay. And then, getting one after that. And then, waking up after 2 hours of sleeping, being woken up by Miko because of the email due to miscommunications, yada. I'm afraid we have to part ways. May papalubag loob naman. You're really likable and I really like your drive. I love the work that you're doing. I just think we had a miscommunication na iba yung expectations. Which I totally get. Stress na rin ako sa trabaho. But you know, I was planning on leaving din naman na paaga lang. Kasi nga sobrang stress. But, buti na lang it's just sort of like contractual lang din na wala namang set amount of time na kailangan umabot sa ganito. It was ending din naman. It was just early. But, ayun.
No, but you were also saying your friends were talking about how people perceive you.
Yeah, kaya nga nagkalat ako eh. Kaya nga nagkalat ako because they perceive me as this, I don't know, I don't want to be the main character or anything. I'm not, okay, tanggalin natin yung not wanting to be the main character for a second. And what's the term you used? Unpack that?
Yeah.
Let's unpack that, all that packing. For one thing kasi, they did say na, so we had the podcast before. It's a space, not the podcast yet. The time, sa spaces lang siya. Na, when some of the people, specifically my friends, when I was asking for feedback, when they would listen, if they want to laugh, they'd listen to Miko. Because you know him, he's very, very jolly. Anywhere, anytime. Ganun talaga yung aura niya. But, when they want to learn, and they want to know about the serious stuff, they listen to me. Because when I talk, it's serious nga daw. So I'm like, parang, is that what's so intimidating about me? And so I was like, pero kilala niyo naman ako. Sabi ko sa kanya, kilala niyo naman ako. Yeah, kilala ka namin, kaya alam namin na hindi. Pero kasi, ang daming taong hindi ka kilala. Ang daming taong hindi alam na ganito pala yung side mo. Sabi ko pa, ang gagawin ko, resting bitch face nga ako. Alam nga naman mukha akong tanga, nakangiti ako the whole time sa bar kahit wala akong kausap, di ba?
Pero what made you feel nga the need to prove that wrong?
I think it's always been parang, okay, this is gonna sound so mababaw. This is so mababaw. I don't even want to say it, but we're into psychology now apparently. But it's more like, okay, yeah, sige. Dito kasi confident ako eh. Confident ako in my brains. I'm not gonna say I'm overconfident. I know there are a lot of people who are more intelligent than me, who are smarter than me, 100%. Ako lang, parang given my experience, both professionally and personally, I think I can hold my own, so to speak. I think I can hold a conversation. Kahit anong topic pa yan. Parang kaya ko. Like from dirty talk to serious talk about politics or religion. Kaya ko. That's where I'm confident in. I guess it all boils down to insecurity then. Because, doon ako insecure eh. Insecure ako with the way I look. Insecure ako with, di ba? Pumasok si Charlotte. Ngayon ka uuwi kung kailan ka may kailangan. Gutom ka na kasi. May pagkain ka doon. Smiyo, Charlotte. I think it all boils down to insecurity. Didn't you ever feel na you're too intimidating for other people?
Oh yeah, all the time.
And what? You relish in it? You relish that you're intimidating?
No, but we're talking about you.
Let's talk about you then. Let's unpack your damage. Why didn't you feel the need? Let's put it that way. Why didn't you feel the need? Let's start there. It's like, I don't know how to answer that eh. Not yet, at least.
First of all, I do. As a people pleaser. But I mean, I think in my context at least, where people have said I was intimidating, there were just more important people for me to parang yung perception of those people were more important than those people telling me I was intimidating. So like in this context, or at work when I was a teacher, because I would speak up a lot about things I believed in, people thought I was too strong. But then, in my mind, I didn't want to, parang, I had to fight that feeling of having them like me. Kasi, I was thinking of the kids. Na parang, I don't care if these people, or I shouldn't care if these people found me intimidating because I was speaking up for the kids.
True.
But, like, that's a different story if it's in real life outside of work.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Which I get kasi yours is more, I guess, in a social setting.
Yeah, I mean, in a social setting, for example, I do want to make friends. I do want to, gusto ko makihalubilo or something. But for one thing, I don't know how to approach anyone. For another, I can't just keep idly standing there like a wallpaper and just wait for people to approach. And I know I'm not the only one experiencing that same thing. Introvert eh. So, I wait. I wait just so I also don't make a mistake. Doon naman, yun naman, I uptight eh. I want to make sure, everything's correct. I don't want to come off too strong. Kasi sa yun nga kasi alam ko yung, I know kung yung utak ko, I know kung paano ako magsalita. And at this point, professionally, let's speak professionally muna. Professionally speaking, sanay ako kumausap ng stakeholders. Sanay ako kumausap ng C-level, VPs, because of the meetings. Mas sanay ako sa kanila. As a consultant, sanay akong, I know how to say no to them. So, di ba nga, one time sinabihan ako nung GM na, talking to you, you don't sound like a regular Filipino. Sabi ko nga sa kanya, it's because I'm exposed to that kind of culture. I'm exposed to, saying no because I'm a consultant. Because that's part of the job eh. So that's what I'm scared of. I don't want to come off that strongly.
Yeah.
To anyone naman.
Yeah,
so
that's
instead,
the vibe you bring also in a social situation.
Because it's not appropriate for a social situation. You want to be friendly, of course, but so I wait instead. But even just standing there, no matter how awkward I am, it feels like wala lumalapit, which is a big source of anxiety for me. Kasi, what am I doing wrong? I mean, I'm just me. I'm not gonna bite unless they ask for it. Alam mo yun? Just go one time na may nagpa-ask, can you headlock me? Like out of the blue. And I was fine with it. Or can I get a hug? I don't care. I like giving hugs. But, ewan ko. Maybe it's that kind of anxiety na hindi ko kaya. I guess it's also the people pleaser. The I know I may not seem like it. You're gonna comment, shush.
I'll let you finish.
But yeah, it's like I always want to help out. I always want to be, it's not really wanting to be involved, but I like having friends. I never had any. I had very few. And now, my other best friends I had a falling out with one. 2 of them are out of the country. So, one of my closest friends, we haven't spoken for years. It wasn't really falling out. It was just losing, not keeping in touch, being out of touch with one another. I have no friends. My circle is very, very small. Do not make any hirit about my butt. It is small. and masikip. That's the only...
I wasn't gonna make that comment.
Do not. Uunahan na kita. But, yeah. Yun eh. I keep saying no eh. I keep saying no at work eh. You know that feeling? Alam mo yun, di ba? Alam mo yun. Alam mo yan, Marina. Alam mo, it's sometimes it sucks to be the bad guy at work. But you know you have to. So as much as possible, in a situation with friends, just go with the family. You've met the kids. Kilala mo minsan kung paano ko pagalitan. I'm still the bad guy. Because I have to be. I mean, that's the point of being a dad. I guess that's the point of being a dad. But malalayo na tayo. Yeah. It all boils down to that anxiety and anxiousness and, wanting to meet new people.
Yeah. I mean, I asked the question, but I feel like I get it. Probably the wrong person to be asking that then kasi it's exactly the same.
It's hard. Sometimes, you can't control it. You can't control that let's start physically. You can't control that your face looks like this. Well, kapag natural lang, hindi ka pa nakasimangot nun. Mas lalo na pag nakasimangot ka. And then, I hear my kids telling me na, what's with that smile? The smile like you're planning something evil. So,
Sa kalulugan.
so, ano ba gusto nyo? So, alam mo yun, that, I do have that smirk, to be fair. I do have that smirk. But, ang hirap din for an introvert. I did not expect I would go back to being an introvert. Extrovert ako eh. When Miko and I met, you believe he was the introvert, I was the extrovert. Diba? Siya yun eh, siya yung introvert nun. But he learned, and now he's that. He's this, the jolly big bear, always smiling and bouncing around.
Baka that's why. Baka it's rin. Kasi parang I was wondering, what's wrong with having a small circle? Parang that's where my question is coming from. Now, why was there a need to... because you were saying your friends know who you are. Yung itsura na intimidating ka, your friends know that's not who you are.
Yeah.
Parang they've broken that barrier with you already. So why is there a need for a bigger audience to like you?
Oh, it's
Pero
not...
baka kasi it's coming from, yun nga.
It's coming from feeling lonely.
Yeah,
it's
yun
not
nga. Baka kasi...
I don't think of it as an audience eh. I don't think of it as, may nanonood.
Or a bigger circle.
Gusto ko lang ng clout. No, I don't think of it that way. I love my friends. Don't get me wrong. My friends are my family. At least my second family. You know how much I love my friends. You know I would go to lengths for these people. Even though I'm not physically present, they know I'm one phone call away. Sometimes I would call them out of the blue. Anyway, but sure, and I do love them, but I've always been... Oh, interesting. Oh, breakthrough.
You're hearing it first.
Maybe it's because I'm still that awkward kid that nobody would talk to. I'm still that awkward kid with niche and unique, geeky, nerdy hobbies who's always either buried in a book or playing with his Game Boy, sitting in the corner and just waiting for people to say hi. Maybe I'm still that kid. Funny story. I was talking to my ninang this one time. Nasa salon ako. And she was asking me about the wedding. Parang ang tanong pa niya doon was, so sino yan? Sino yung groom and sino yung bride?
Mm-hmm.
Granted, she's a boomer.
Mm-hmm.
So, yun yung upbringing talaga nila eh. Sinabi naman niya beforehand. And the reason she's asking, sabi nga niya, huwag mo masamayin, nagtatanong ako ha, kasi hindi ko talaga alam.
Mm-hmm.
Wala akong alam. And the reason I'm asking, no matter how I'm asking, is because I'm curious and I want to know the answer. So to be fair, kaya that's why I love her. Tinatanong niya ako sino yung groom and sino yung bride sa amin dalawa ni Nico. Sabi ko, Ninang, di na uso yun. Usually, what happens with same-sex weddings is you walk together. You walk ng sabay. But mind you, sabi ko talaga, if I get the big wedding that I want, ako yung mahuling maglalakad. Basta, ako yung huling maglalakad. Ako yung may entrance. Ako yung may sariling music. Ano pa, coincidentally, ang gusto kong soundtrack is yung, it's from a game, Final Fantasy 8. Eyes on Me. Oh, di ba? It was perfect. Sabi, tapos tawa siya ng tawa because, really? Yan ka na ngayon? Yeah, ikaw yung hindi makabasag pinggan. Noon, ikaw yung tatahimik lang dito sa tabi at may kipag-usap lang pag kinausap siya. See, maybe I am still that kid. Breakthrough! In fairness, akalain mo yan. Maybe I am still that.
The
Maybe
inner child is coming out.
Yeah, I still want to be. Who doesn't want to be liked? Who doesn't want to be, who doesn't want to have a lot of friends? Sure, right now my circle's pretty tight, and that's because we agree on so many levels. But it doesn't mean it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean it's, you can't be a friend.
Yeah.
Hell, play Warhammer. Play Magic the Gathering. Trust me. Unang beses pa lang friends na tayo agad. Kaya nga I met this guy. Actually, Miko met this guy first. Or rather, talked to this guy first. Sa Growler Live.
Yeah.
And then, nagkataon, naglalaro pala siya ng Magic. So, he and I started talking and, now we've hung out. And we always talk and I always invite him. Di nga siya nagpunta nung last event eh. Pero sabi ko sa kanya, punta siya. But yeah, I've hung out with his partner then, who also plays Magic. So, alam mo yun, I'm pretty open to it. It's just, wala eh. I guess my interests then are too niche.
No, I think I think you're pretty good at finding people with the same interests as you.
No, it's, hanggang ngayon kaya wala pa rin ako nakikitang, alam mo ba, binudol lang namin yung mga yan sa Warhammer. Binudol lang namin ni Kevin yan. For example, si Kevin, ako lang nag-start niyan, and then Kevin I started talking to Kevin about Warhammer. That's actually how we became close. I started talking to Kevin about Warhammer and other stuff, and then he ghosted me. He will defend this and say, no, I didn't ghost you, but if I nag-backread kami pareho. He ghosted me. Siya yung nawala. Anyway.
I mean, I know some people who will deny that they've ghosted.
I admit naman I have. Anyway, so yeah, that's how we started talking. And then, nabudol ko siya to playing Warhammer. The good thing lang about that was because he was into Gundams already. He was already into building and painting stuff. So that's what interested him more. And then, budol sa jowa. And then, tapos, binudol namin si George. Tapos, binudol namin si Pip. Tapos, may binudol din siyang isa pa. See, it's budol-budol lang eh. Wala naman sa kanila naglalaro ng Warhammer before. Ako lang talaga. I wasn't even playing Warhammer. I was using Warhammer for therapy.
So baka nga it's that extrovert side of you that's still there, even if you're more introverted now. That side of you that like being around people and connecting with people.
Yeah,
it's still
maybe.
there.
It might have been still there, or maybe I was never an extrovert in the first place. Maybe I was just an extrovert at work because I had to be. Maybe maybe going back, I was still that introverted kid who is always surrounded by people but nobody talks to him. For one thing din kasi, when I was younger, they kept bringing me to these, dinner parties and, after church and all of that. Na wala namang ibang bata kundi ako. Anong gagawin ko? Puro kaibigan ng lola ko yung nandun. Puro kaibigan ni mama yung nandun. Puro matatanda yun. And then, sayaw ko nito. Mukha naman ako, sayaw naman ako.
Now, feeling ko it's a very human thing din naman to want other people to like you. We are social beings after
Yeah.
all.
Sabi nga nila, di ba, no man is an island. I don't know, I really, feeling ko na lang talaga that's where it's coming from. And, you know, binigay ko na yung katawan ko, ano pang gusto nyo? Charot! No, yun naman, iba yung the physical aspect of that. That's very different. That's me not coping with, not being liked or anything. That's me coping with my own physical, with my own insecurities ng physical state ko. Kaya nga, di ba nga, kaya sobrang nag-resonate sa akin yung tanong ng pageant, yung finals, about inclusivity. Because I didn't know where I was categorized. I wasn't the jock. I was the bear because I wasn't hairy. I wasn't the jock because I wasn't, really toned. I wasn't an otter because may build akong konti. I wasn't a twink. Hell, I wasn't a twink. Oh, funny story. Alam mo ba? So there was this app before. I think it's still on eh. I think meron pa rin siya. It's kind of like Grindr. It's called Jacked. And then, ang picture namin doon, ang profile, yeah, we had one profile kami ni Miko. Ang profile namin, picture namin dalawa sa couple. So, isang profile. May nagtanong ba naman, may nag-message, so who am I talking to? The scruffy one or the twink? Ah!
Oh! He's a twink.
Yeah, I know, right? Twink era. So, that's so funny. So, ayun. Wala akong definition. Kaya, yung inclusivity question na yun really resonated with me kasi it sort of like connected me with a lot of people. And going back, the point talaga no altar was just to put myself out there. It's sort of like trying to accept na I'm not gonna be liked by everybody physically. Let's say physically lang. I'm not gonna be liked by everybody. I'm not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. So what I put out there, parang for me, I hope you like it. If you don't, that's okay too. Parang it's sort of like me trying to find a way so my brain can accept the facts na, you don't have to please everybody. You don't have to please everybody all the time. You don't have to be liked by everybody all the time. I mean, may nagsasub nga sa akin ngayon si Miko lang because of Miko. And that's fine. I appreciate the sub. Yeah. Hell, I still appreciate the sub. I still appreciate the don't get me wrong. I sincerely appreciate the support sa channel. And that's okay. That's okay. Kasi iba yung market ni Miko eh. Iba yung, yung sobrang different namin. Di ba? From our personalities to our physical aspects.
Yeah.
Sobrang from our skin color to the amount of hair sa katawan. Wala. Sobrang iba. To the vibe. Yan pa, yung vibe na yan. Going to the vibe. Tangina, ewan ko ba? I don't know what. I'm just standing there and I have a vibe. That I can't understand. I'm just standing there.
I mean, you can see it as a good thing.
But do I have a vibe na mayabang or something? I don't know. I feel like I'm awkward. You've seen the other pictures from the pageant. You've seen how awkward I am. Let's go. Yeah, there are some things, that's where the kalat is. There are some things you can't change. And that's fine.
Yeah, and you said naman, your friends know who you really are. I think that's what matters. At least you have that to going for you. Na your friends know.
Ooh, ito pa. Speaking of the dirty stuff. I'm more of the bottom. First bottom ako, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
So, I was always under the impression that I had to be submissive. I am the sub. They have to be assertive. Tops need to be assertive. Yun dapat lagi. Pero I have never met anyone who could na kayang sabayan yung kaya ko sabayan. Not outdo me or anything. That's different eh. That's sort of like transactional. You have to give in.
Mm-mm.
What I'm trying to say is, you know when that's just that something just clicks. Na parang he knows what he's doing. You know what you're doing. Parang ganun. Susunod ka na lang sa flow niya.
Mm-mm.
Not because he's dumb or anything, but just because it just clicks like Lego. Nag-click lang talaga siya.
Okay.
And you just follow. Wala. Wala. Yung assert, kasi nga, in my head, the expectations were different. The expectations were really, really, really different. Which was so weird. I wanted to be submissive and all of that. And now I don't think I can, I don't think I can ever do that. I don't think, that's what I discovered through hooking up and altar. Okay, this is my niche. I should lean into it. You want to know who actually told me that?
Who?
Jacob.
Mm-mm.
Dad, lean into it. Lean into it. No, ang sagot ko sa kanya, no, baka kasi it's not what they like. Tignan mo yung sagot ko.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
not what they like.
if they don't like it, they don't like it.
I don't know. See? Kaya, yun. Sabi sa akin, just lean into it. It's
But
okay.
at least the channels that you're using, it's doing its job. Kasi you're discovering things about yourself.
Oh yeah, it
And
definitely is. And I'm earning.
you're accepting it.
And I'm earning a little bit.
Yeah.
At least, pangtawid lang. So, yeah, it's a... Kaya nga tuwing may nagtatanong na bakit ka nag-alter? Hirap na hirap ako sagutin kasi haba-haba na sagot ko. Kasi it's really a lot of things. At it all boils down on, being insecure. Unfortunate, but...
It's part of you doing the work.
Yeah, I guess. I do know a couple of altar girls who I don't know the reason behind it, honestly. Actually, I should ask. Just for curiosity's sake. I should ask some of the altars that I know why they started. I know I've asked some, and they can't. It's their story, unfortunately. So I can't say anything. But I do know some of their reasons. And normally it's financial. Which I totally get and I totally respect. Content creation is still work, no?
Mm-mm.
Hirap kaya. Hirap pag-edit. Siyempre, kailangan maayos pa yung angle. Alam mo yun? You're the artist, you're the videographer, and you're the editor. And ikaw din yung marketing.
Director, the
Director
talent.
and all lahat. Ako naman gumagawa ito. Ultimo yung, Diyos ko. Ultimo dun sa isa. Pati dun sa isa, ako rin yung gumagawa, no? Isisend niya lang yun. Sa ako rin nag-edit nun.
Pero again, I go back to my question. Why do you feel the need to explain?
Because if I don't, people are never gonna know. The next question there is, why do they need to know? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Unfortunately. I'm still that kid. I'm still that kid. At the end of the day, we're all still that kid. So, nabusog ka ba? Or are you just like me? No matter how much you eat, no matter how much you drink,
No matter how busy you are, there's still that lingering feeling inside of something empty. The feeling that you can't just shake away. I have no idea what the answer is still, but if you'd like to share your thoughts, you can find me on X. My handle is at Louis Zabala. You can also find me on IG at Louis1026. And wherever you're listening to us, whether it's on Spotify or on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to get notified when we upload our next episode. Till next time, see you around, folks.